Red Dead 2. Is it worth the time and the money? Red Dead 2 is currently on sale for I think £50. It's only available for PS4 and Xbox, although I'm hopeful that Rockstar will come to their senses and release it for PC as well. Although there's been no confirmation, I really do hope that they bring it out because it's just sensible. Multiple people I know have been quite disappointed with Rockstar at the fact that they've not actually released it for PC as well. Not even thinking about money, it's also a very good way to increase their fan base. So let's get right into it and let's go straight to the storyline of the game. Now, I have completed the story currently, and while I won't say anything about how the story actually goes and how it works and what happens, it's quite extensive. It took me around 5 days with 8 hour per day game time to complete the storyline, and I'm nowhere near doing all the side missions. You also meet strangers where you may have tasks to complete for them, but I haven't even begun to scratch the surface on those. It's quite fair to say then that the storyline has had a lot of effort put into it. At the start you play Arthur Morgan, who is a member of a gang led by Dutch Vanderland. As Arthur Morgan, you play Dutch Vanderland's right-hand man. You assist him and the gang with robberies. The personalities of the characters in the Vanderland gang are quite extensive as well. Every character has a background, which I love about this, because usually with games like this, you get introduced to the characters, you know very little about them, and you have to assist them with all sorts of things. You have an enormous map to explore. Also in this game you come across strangers, and you can do specific tasks for them, or you have beggars which you can give money to. You have people offering you all sorts of things. And if you listen to a couple of the strangers, you may get some tips and hints on how to rob certain places. One thing I would say about strangers that you meet in certain towns is the fact that they can be quite annoying. If anyone has been in Saint Denis, then you'll know what I'm talking about. All I'm going to say is it's important for her to vote. Another thing I love about this game is the weapon customization. Now, as far as I can remember, in the first Red Dead Redemption, you didn't have weapon customization, or at least not to the extent that Red Dead 2 offers. You can do everything from cleaning the weapon so that it gets all of its damage and accuracy stats back up. And if you let that condition bar run down, then you lose out on some of the attributes that the weapons gives. For example, if you don't clean your weapon regularly, you will get less damage with that weapon and less accuracy, and the gun will start to misperform. When you're playing in the gang, I felt some sort of a state of camaraderie or family. You know, everyone looks out for each other, and I found that quite impressive for a game, especially from Rockstar, because if you look at their previous titles, for example Grand Theft Auto, it's every man for themselves. I also love how you can customize your horse. Now, you can change quite a lot about the horse. You can change their mane from the colour to the length and the style, and you can change their tail again from the colour to the length and the style. Something which I love. When you customize your horse and change its mane and its colour and its tail and its colour and its style, it also increases the bond between your horse. Now, the bond between your horse is a very important thing that you need to upkeep, as you get certain advantages for bonding with your horse. For example, if you have a level 1 horse bonding stat, then your horse will only come to you when you whistle for it from not very far away. If you have a level 4 stat, then your horse can hear your whistle from further away. It makes everything a lot easier, especially if you're trying to rob a store or a train or anything else, or even just to get out of some place quick. One thing I also like about this is you can also rob trains. You can also drive trains, so that if you're being hunted down by the law, you can drive the train away. Now, for the most part, while you're driving this train, you cannot be harmed. Be aware, if you do not clear a train out, you can have guards and lawmen on the train from the back of the carriage coming up at you and shooting you. You can also rob stores. You can also find out about little side businesses that a store has, and you can also rob those. I won't say too much, but just keep an eye out. One thing I also love about this is it brings back hunting. In the first Red Dead Redemption you could hunt animals. This comes back, but I'd say it's more extensive from what I remember. You have to have a particular weapon to a particular animal. What I mean by that is certain weapons will work on certain animals. You have 3 states of animal skin. You have poor, good, and perfect, or excellent. You can also use the perfect or excellent animal carcass or skin for customizing and upgrading your camp. That's a very good thing because you have a sense of it's your home, you know, it's your place to live in, it's your place to customize and upkeep. When you're with the Vanderlyn gang, you can also put money into a box that helps with upgrades to the camp that you're in. And I love that because again, it's a sense of you're looking out for a family. You're looking out for your brothers. Another thing I like about this game that's been added in is fishing. I quite like it. It's quite realistic, but you have to attach bait to a fishing line. If you put too much tension on the fishing line can snap and you can lose the fish. You have certain bait for certain fish types. For example, worms are for medium-sized lake fish, compared to other items which would only catch smaller fish or larger fish. But when I look at how Rockstar have done this, I'm quite impressed still with how much they've actually been able to add into this game. Now there are bugs. With every game that you're going to play, there will be bugs, that's a guarantee. But I'm quite surprised that there aren't as many bugs with this game than there is with any other. For example, the only bugs I have come across, and believe me they are few and far between, is my character stumbling, or I think one time I saw a snake just hovering in the air that was dead, it had been run over or something. This game is really good, I think, personally, and honestly the bugs are few and far between, and they really are not that bad. There are no game breaking glitches or bugs from which I've seen. For some reason the AI in this game want to come at you full force and just kill their horse, or kill yours, or kill you, or kill them. It's just very dumb. I think it's really stupid how they've done that. If you try and go off the trails and the roads and the paths, you'll find that maneuvering your horse is very difficult. You have trees, you have branches, you have walls, bushes, fences, anything that can get in your way will get in your way, even tree stumps. Your horse has this automatic sense that there's something in front of you, and if it senses it in time it will jump over it. One bad thing about that is while I was going towards a tree stump, my horse decided to jump over it, and there was 2 trees in front of the tree stump, but instead of moving in the middle of the tree stump, my horse decided to go to the right of the tree stump, hit its head off a tree and killed itself. I was in the middle of nowhere. I had to sprint more or less a quarter of the map to get to my objective, but that is few and far between, like I said, so it's not really a bad thing per se. I'm sure my review doesn't do this game much justice, as this is my first ever review, and I'm sure the reviews I'm going to do in the future will be more extensive, but currently, as this is my first review, I think I've done pretty well. I haven't really begun to explain the entirety of this game and really show you how amazing this game is. I am just very impressed overall with this game. Impressed doesn't even begin to explain it for me. I love this game, and I can really see me putting some serious hours into this game. Everyone that I know has either played this game or wanted to play it, and the hype for this game is unreal. Even at its pre-launch, when people were hyping it up, everyone was so excited for this game, and I think in this case Rockstar have done a very, very good job creating this game and building it up and keeping itself to the hype. They didn't promise too much, they didn't say something would be in the game and then leave it out, as far as I'm aware. If you're wanting something a little extra though, you can always get the Ultimate Edition, in which you get extra weapons, extra outfits, and a new horse. Personally, I am going to go for the Ultimate Edition, which I think is £90. That's how much I love this game. Now usually I would not buy Ultimate Editions of games, but really I think this game is brilliant. But anyway, like I said, I don't think my review has done much of a justice for this game. I really do think this is the best game that Rockstar have produced so far. The storyline is brilliant. there's no faults with it from what I can see, but it just leaves you wanting more. It makes you wish that there was more of a storyline to go into. But I think that's all I have to say about this game, and really if you're thinking about buying it and you're watching this review, buy this game, because honestly I think that this game is the best game out in the market right now. Thank you for watching this review. I hope you've enjoyed, so please leave a comment, leave a like, and subscribe if you think that my content is worth your time. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.